Okay, so this week's unit is on healthy relationships. Um, Mind you, anything we talk about here, this could apply to romantic relationships, friendships, social relationships, business relationships, family, anything to do with relationships. So, what is a relationship? A relationship, a healthy relationship, sorry, is one that is based on trust, mutual respect, honesty, communication, and support. Different signs of a healthy relationship: open communication, different boundaries are respected, mutual support, equality in decision making, and individuality is encouraged. Um, One thing that you'll notice is going to be a common theme is the fairness. Everything goes both ways. So it doesn't just mean your boundaries are respected, it means you respect their boundaries as well. Um, Looking at it, an unhealthy relationship, sometimes it helps to know what healthy is if you can define what unhealthy is. So, an unhealthy relationship is one that's going to be based on control, manipulation, dishonesty, lack of communication, disrespect, and abuse. Whether it is emotional, verbal, or physical, it is still abuse. Different signs: constant criticism. Does this person always bad mouthing you, talking negative about anything that you do? You know, you come home proud about something and proud of a new job you got. You're so excited you got a job at McDonald's. And then they're talking negative and looking down on you because it's McDonald's. Um, Someone that's trying to isolate you from friends and family. Extreme jealousy. Some of these are more common in romantic relationships, but like I said, they do apply to everything. Unpredictable anger and mood swings. So, do they blow up and get it overexcited about small things? And then guilt tripping you and manipulating you. So, first thing we want to look at is how do we set boundaries? It's defining your limits. Communicate your needs clearly. Respect each other's space and individuality, and then recognizing when boundaries are crossed. You know, like I said, it might be a friendship, it might be a romantic relationship, but you need to know those limits and you need to know those boundaries, and you have to speak them too. So you have to make it known. Hey, these are my limits. These are my boundaries. Don't do these things. They're going to give you the same. If those things can fit together well, then you can have a healthy relationship. Communication skills, listening actively. You know, we've talked about that before. Those of you that have taken my health class, we've talked about a lot of this. Be open and honest. Avoid blaming and shaming. Use I statements. So, you know, an example: if my father is being overbearing and trying to get me to do stuff for him, instead of me saying you are being a jerk or you are being overbearing or you are doing whatever thing wrong, I might tell him I'm feeling overwhelmed with all this. I'm feeling like I don't have any space here. So a lot of it's in how you word stuff. Um, Active listening, it means you're genuinely trying to understand what they're telling you. Being open and honest, let people know what makes you uncomfortable. And then avoiding blaming and shaming. Just because two people might see things different or do things different doesn't mean that either one of them's wrong. Conflict resolution is key. Stay calm, avoid escalating. Focus on the issue, not the person. If I go back to the my dad example, telling him, "Hey, I feel this way," and then we talk about how we can fix that situation, not going to him and saying, "You're a jerk. You were doing all these things. This is what's wrong with you," and be willing to compromise. Uh, Maybe he just needs a little bit of help around the house, or he needs help with some things that he can't do because he's getting older. And if I stepped in and help a little bit here, now he's going to give me more room and more space over here. Um, and then seek outside help if necessary. That could be counselors. You know, there's marriage counselors, relationship counselors, friendship counselors. It's anything. Sometimes that help, like in case of my dad, might be my mom. I might call my mom and say, hey, I'm feeling like this with dad. What do you think I should do? Get a little bit of outside help. So, kind of a sum up some of that. Healthy relationships based on trust and honesty. There's equality in decision making. My wife and I, everything we do with the family, everything that affects us, we both have equal say in everything. Unhealthy is based on dishonesty and control, and there's power imbalances. You might have that friend that they always decide what you're going to do, and if you don't do it, they're right on top of you and giving you a hard time and mad. That's not healthy. You want to be able to, hey, we all, maybe you're taking turns in it. Maybe with my wife and I, there's certain things that each of us have our strengths. So some things I back off and say, hey, whatever she says, she's in charge. And there's other times that she backs off and says, whatever you think is best, I got you. So how to end them? Recognize when the relationship is toxic. Um, it's not always easy, but help people see. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals if needed. Depending on the relationship, depending on the level of how toxic or unhealthy it is, you might need to get outside help. Um, if it's a friendship with someone's just kind of a jerk or isn't very fair to you, you might be able to just say like, "Hey, this isn't working for me. Let's get some space." If it's an abusive relationship, romantic relationship, somebody you live with, somebody you stay with, it can get a lot more tricky. That's when I suggest you get outside help. Talk to the professionals, talk to people that deal with it. Um, Creating a plan to safely end the relationship. If it's a romantic type relationship, going to family, going to your parents, going to people like that, they're going to look out for you. And then take time to heal. Just because something might have been toxic or unhealthy doesn't mean it's still not going to hurt and mess with your head a little bit afterwards. So take time, heal, move on, get over it, but do it healthy. Take your time. Looking for help and resources. Key for you guys, trusted adults. Could be teachers, counselors, Mrs. Mack, parents, family, somebody you genuinely trust. Different school resources. We've got Mrs. Mack, Miss Carla, Miss Chris. If any of you don't know how to contact them, let me know now. I will help you at least introduce yourselves to them. Say hi to them. So if the day comes you need any help, they already know who you are. They're wonderful help. There's online helplines. Um, we'll do a little bit more with that one with an assignment this week. But we've got the National Domestic Violence Hotline is a key one. Not going to do too much because that's going to be an assignment for you. Also, this week, there's the quiz like usual, but quiz is based on a YouTube video you're going to watch. So make sure you watch the video first and then take the quiz. It'll make it a lot easier on you. So, kind of wrapping it up, healthy relationships are based on trust, respect, communication. Recognize the signs of unhealthy relationships. Set boundaries, communicate openly, seek help when needed. And I want you to remember this is more than just romantic relationships. It's friendships. It is relationships between student and teacher. A lot of you know that I have boundaries. Certain things that, hey, I expect to be treated with respect. I should be doing the same thing for you. I would expect and hope if I see you out in town that it's a cordial, nice hello, not obnoxious and crazy. Same way, you wouldn't want me to run into you at Ben's and start yelling about an assignment that you didn't do a good job on. So we need to have all that mutual respect in every type of relationship. Be able to recognize the signs of an unhealthy relationship and then to set the boundaries, communicate openly, and seek help when needed. So, again, we're going to look at the resources more of where you can get help. Know that I hope that I can be a source for any of you. If you ever find yourself in a spot where you need to get out of an unhealthy relationship, I'd like to be there to help, support, whatever I can do. So, as we move forward, let me know if you need anything, and that'll be it for this week.